So, a big, I guess, question that a lot of people have is Jake Paul's fight rigged? Is there some kind of conspiracy theorist that could prove this fact? Well, in today's video, I'm going to deduce and decide my official verdict on do I think that Jake Paul's fights are in fact rigged. So, if we look at Jake Paul versus Deji, for example, Jake's first fight, I highly doubt that this fight was rigged, and I'm going to tell you why. Deji does not work hard. In his past YouTube videos, it is abundantly clear the man has a terrible work ethic. And when it comes to boxing, he cannot get hit. So it makes exact sense that he would show up undertrained, underprepared, and thus lose the bout. Now, had Deji actually put in the work, put in the hours.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours.
If he did, I think he would have beat Jake. I just think he's quicker. I think he would have. I just see so much potential in Deji, and I think he was better than Jake at that point in time, but he just didn't have the potential. And the iconic saying, when talent doesn't work hard, they fail. So I don't think the Deji fight was staged or fixed, and there's no evidence concrete to prove that to be a statement that is true. So next up, we have Anisan Gibb versus Jake. Now, this was a fight that, if I'm being honest, I thought was a very disappointing fight. And I was hoping that Gibb would win. Again, I don't think this was faked, because Gibb, if you look back at the evidence, was not a good boxer. And this was literally in the making, his demise. And Gibb needed this wake-up call to understand, hey, I'm a pretty bad boxer. How to say it. With Nate, I mean, maybe they paid off Nate to, maybe someone gave him the little, hey, Nate, want a little bit more of that cash? Maybe not train, maybe, kind of giving that, they're not directly telling him, but they're indirectly telling him. But there is no proof to back up that hypothesis, that statement, so I can't prove that. So I don't think the Nate fight was staged. I think Nate did not take him seriously, and he was not cut out for boxing. Then we have Ben Askren, Funky Ben. Again, I don't think there was anything in the contract. I don't think there was anything. I do think that there's a little bit of sus moment. Yes, I'm going to use that terminology. Where Ben points to pretty much the exact point around the same area that he got knocked out, or knocked down, and he looked at the ref, and the ref looked at him. So I don't know what was going on there. That was maybe a bit of a coincidence. I don't know. And the whole event seemed very fake, but I do think that the ref stopped the fight early. I don't think Ben was entirely off balance. He said to the ref, I'm ready to go. And he was walking towards him, and Ben even said, the way why I was walking kind of like this was because I was ready to go, and I didn't think I was having to get another count. And the fight was closed. Again, I don't think Ben would have won, but I do think the fight was called off way too early, and we could have seen something else happen, or maybe not. But I think that's kind of the only real case of it, potentially. As for T-Rex Woodley, no, there's no concrete evidence except Dylan Dennis. And Dylan Dennis as well, he's Dylan Dennis. Now, Johnny Wasim, or Fight Club Instagram, is very affirmative, very firm on the idea that this fight was, in fact, staged. You could argue that Woodley just stood there, but again, it makes sense that Woodley would not want to go after somebody after he did and he got knocked out, and even said that is the reason why he did not go after Jake. And Tyron Woodley is known for his one-punch power, and not very known for going in for the combos, or kind of, he doesn't go for it. He lost that spunk. So it makes sense. So I don't see anything that could. And Tommy Fury said that too, and, but again, I don't, there's no evidence, there's no concrete proof that this happened. And I guess Tyron Woodley's manager came out and said, hey, these rumors are false. And again, I can see why there was, a storyline, and, Tyron lost so Jake could fight Tommy, and now that and then Jake will lose to Tommy, and then he can fight Logan. So everyone's making these kind of conspiracy theories. But you have to look at what makes sense. And all these people losing makes sense based on prior knowledge we have. And as for Tommy Fury, I don't think that fight will be staged at all. But it is weird that Big John Fury said there were some bizarre things in the contract. So I would like to know what's in the contract. Hashtag release the contract movement. Yeah, so that's basically my investigative side for you guys today, and hopefully you guys can see my points and see what I'm trying to say here. And I hope that Tommy Fury absolutely KOs Jake Paul. I am rooting for you, Timmy Fumbles. Get it done, or you're going on an island. You better not lose.